Hey, Mike Healy here, and thank you very much for taking the time to watch this presentation. This is the Ibuumerang opportunity presentation. So I'm going to be your tour guide through this. You won't be disappointed. I do talk fast, but I'm sure you can listen fast. Okay, so first and foremost, if you are like the majority of people who've watched this video or are watching this video, you're probably interested in a viable way to supplement your income if it doesn't mean having to change careers, take on a second job, become some kind of internet whiz, or push products on friends and family. What I'm going to go through with the presentation online, and obviously you can see it up here right now, is a new company that was just recently launched by a man named Holton Buggs. If you're not familiar with Holton Buggs, you should do a little Google search on him. He is probably the most successful person in the history of network marketing, and I believe that his organization was over 1 million people strong at its peak, and his organization had literally done over $3 billion worth of consumer sales. That's insane. And here's a guy that is just launching his company. I'm going to give you the presentation because it appealed to me, and I wasn't dumb enough to say no to at least looking, and I'm so glad I did. And so what I want to do is I want to kind of share with you what I've seen in this and what a lot of people are starting to see and kind of how you can capitalize on it. So the first slide I want to do is bring up this disclaimer. And when I go through this presentation, also, I want you to think of this from both a can I do it and is it worth doing standpoint, okay? So first thing is you probably are going to ask yourself two questions. Can I do it and is it worth doing? And as I go through this, I think you're going to see that. But first and foremost, the disclaimer, I left it up here a little bit. Just understand that if you don't do anything, you're not going to make any money. This isn't a get rich quick. This is a legitimate business that you can build some nice residual income. In fact, it does include the network marketing industry. And if you're not familiar with it, that's okay. You call it direct selling, networking, whatever. But I will tell you that a lot of people over the years have made tremendous amounts of money in the industry. Sure, there's plenty of people that have not made money in the industry, but I've been doing network marketing full time for over 20 years. And it's pretty much how I raised my entire family with my wife and my 3 kids. Okay, so there is some merit to it if you find something that's good. Now, what we're going to talk about here is this is called the first class consumer experience because it's a perpetual residual income builder. And stupid story, but the first time I ever heard about residual income was in 1994. I told my dad there was this thing called, I went to an opportunity presentation. They did a meeting. My dad said, I called my dad. I was so excited. I said, hey, they got this thing called residential income. He kind of scratched his head and said, you mean residual? I go, I heard they got that too. Okay, so that's as much as I knew about residual. But what that means, truly, if you're not familiar with it or you've never had the opportunity to get it, understand that residual income allows you to do some work today and continue to get paid on that work again and again and again for years and years. Okay, so let me jump into this. The old model of network marketing is failing people. It is absolutely failing people. Okay, that's why people are not sticking around companies before lately over the last probably 10 years. I've seen this pattern evolve in the fact that customers are typically paying more for products that they can go right up the street and purchase at Walmart, Target, CVS, or whatever for a fraction of the cost. So it takes the opportunity out of your hands to go make any true money. And typically in that model, only strong recruiters win. I am a strong recruiter, so I understand this. I have never had a problem recruiting hundreds of people into an opportunity, but most of my people a lot of times didn't win if they didn't learn how to recruit tons and tons of people. Okay, this model is different. Okay, so I want to show you this. Now here's the thing, it's a customer centric focus with this company. Okay, so with Ibuumerang, you're only making money when customers save money. Not when they spend money necessarily, it's when they save money. They're going to spend this money anyhow. Understand travel, the travel industry is huge. We're going to talk about that right now. Actually, I'm going to jump into how we're going to bring this vision to the world of being, creating $1 billion business. It starts with travel. Now, understand travel is kind of the entry to what we're going to talk about. I want you to constantly think about customer expansion. You have to, if you want to make real money in an industry, you have to start thinking differently. You can't continue to think like a 9-to-5er. You got to expand your vision. You got to look at what the patterns have erupted with, like the Ubers, the Airbnbs and things like that, Amazons, all the Facebooks, all these companies didn't exist like 10 years ago. And they're now billion-dollar brands because they thought of something that was out there and they changed the paradigm of how it's done. The travel industry is an $8 trillion industry. So understand that, okay? Now here's the thing a lot of people don't understand is that there are only really 2 booking engines on the planet. And if you look at these other ones like the Travelocities and the Hotwires and Car Rentals and Agoda and Booking.com and Kayak, you're familiar with all those probably. They are basically just marketing portals. They are marketing portals that go in there and they just, they get the traffic and so on, and they can save people a little bit of money because they've gone with these, the Expedias and the Booking Holdings to find, the best, the savings there, right? They're basically taking some margin off of it. Okay, and understand that all of the hotels and all that stuff, most of them pay to be on all these things. So there's a tremendous amount of, okay, 8 trillion. There's a tremendous amount of money out there for people who acquire customers. The thing is with this opportunity, you have the ability to offer your customers, now obviously including yourself, but offer your customers 5-star places and experiences for 3-star pricing is really what it comes down to if you want to put it in a nutshell. Okay, how we do that is we use a company called Extreme Travel. We're partnered with Extreme Travel, and they pass that savings on to you. Okay, so let's talk about this. I want to talk about this page right here. Is what they have is we have our own booking engine. Okay, meaning when you join the company, or if this is an opportunity you're looking at, if you're a customer, you probably don't need to watch this whole thing, but if you're looking for an opportunity, you are set up or you share what they call the iGo booking engine. Okay, and then that helps you save up to, and I'm going to put my mouse here, 70% off of retail prices. Okay, again, think about that. 5-star facilities for 3-star pricing. You earn travel bonuses just for referring travel to Extreme, and it's all discounted. So you're able to tap into one of the biggest industries out there is travel, and so you're offering savings that they can't find elsewhere, because what we have is we're offering a back door through the iGo platform to give them backdoor pricing. It's kind of like something that they get there. You get your own platform. You can go in and shop your own things. So you literally become your own little booking engine almost, if you think about it. So it's really, really a powerful thing. Now back to Extreme Travel. Think about this. They are one of the top travel companies on the planet. And in fact, they are, if you look at the bottom right here, Travel Savers Elite Agency Top 50 Award, they're over 18 years old doing this, but real important is they are ranked number 2, okay, out of all of the agencies out there. So we have a booking engine. Now what Holton and the team did is they basically worked contracts with these guys so that they can come in, and because network marketing is such a powerful model, the word of mouth advertising, they have the ability, or you have the ability, to acquire customers without any money being spent. Most companies spend probably 70-80% of their budget, their overall company's consumer money or whatever, the money that they have, in advertising. The power behind this is they pass the savings on to the customer, because with this model, with the word of mouth model, we're able to acquire customers for $0. Okay, really, the company's basically doing it. So they're passing that on to savings. And it's the savings there, the margin there is then passed on to you in the form of commissions. Now, let me talk about what the kind of savings we're talking about here. New York City, this is if you went to Expedia, the exact 4.5-star hotel was $339 right here, okay? With our pricing, with the iGo pricing, 178 nightly, that's $161 savings, okay? Over here, Paris, France, 440 through Travelocity, 130 nightly, that's a $310 savings for the exact same experience, okay? The exact same hotel. Think about that. New York City, $392 off of rental cars for the rental car company. That same car through iGo is $221, $171 savings. I mean, I don't know about you, but if you're just like setting fire to money or setting fire to your money, you can use the other portals. But this is the opportunity to bring something that's never been brought to the market before at a much larger discount. I can't even say that. Punta Cana, for an entire week experience, basically a really nice facility here. $1,215 a week on the hotels.com. Our price $712. That's a $500 weekly savings. You can do some other things with that, like go out to eat, because you saved that kind of money. Okay. Now these are actual reservation confirmation emails that we were able to obtain. I'm actually going to need my glasses for this one to see, so I can make sure I say that correctly. If you look at the one on the far left, reservation $397.36, a savings of $848. $848. Most people would cancel their trip if that's the situation. Over here, this one right here, 287.82. And we get reward credits. Okay, let me just touch on that before I forget about it. Reward credits allow you to basically what the reward credits do is you can use those towards other events, other savings opportunities. Okay, so not only are you saving money, but you're building up credits that you can use towards other things. Okay, that's real important. This one right here, 941.91 was a reservation rewards credit, savings of $999, almost $1,000. It would have been double the price. Huge amount of credits for that. And here, this one was actually done by Holton Buggs himself. $1,300 reservation, saved $1,500 on his reservation. That's pretty incredible. Okay. Now, in addition to all those other things, we have other core services, like we got hotels, we got rental cars, cruises, weeks, timeshare opportunities, marketplaces, and you see this, theme parks and so on. And the biggest thing that you're offering to your customer, because can I do it and is it worth doing? It is worth doing due to the fact that you're guaranteeing pricing, best pricing to your customers, and it doesn't cost the customer anything to use our service. Okay, I'm going to explain exactly how this works and how they get the savings and how you make money on this. Okay, 110% of the difference guarantee, price guarantee. Okay, so that's really important that you understand that you can come at this with a position of strength and so on. Now, most people are asking this question right now: how are people getting involved in this? Most people are saying, what do you do? And they're going, hey, Ibuumerang, and they're like, what the heck is Ibuumerang? Okay, boomerangs. Let me explain this. Is basically with the boomerang, you are able to pass on savings that we have through our portals to your friends, to your family, to coworkers, to organizations. Understand that you can set entire organizations up. You could set up churches. You could set up fundraisers and stuff like that with travel. If you got school trips going on that, instead of going and spending twice the amount and making fundraisers work all year to try to get these kids to, a trip to DC, you can use our travel, your travel engine, send it to them, and you make money on the savings. You make money on the savings. So the customer's spending the money they would have normally spent, but the savings is where the margin comes from. It's just an incredible concept right here. Okay, so here's what I'm going to show you. Is on the left side you've got the TSA member site. That's what we're known as, is TSA's Travel Savings Ambassadors. What it stands for: 70% savings right here is what you will get because you became a member. As a member, you're looking at a 70% savings. Oops, sorry about that. 70% savings. Okay, so if you look at it right here, your public price would have been $4,800. The savings is $3,399 right there. Okay, so real important for the customer. What's happening is with the customer, you're giving them a 50% of what you normally would have saved right there, or actually the discount right there will give them $1,699. Okay, so that's real important. Is the difference between this? So what happens then is the difference in the savings is being paid to you as commissions because of the referral. Because understand, these the Extreme wouldn't have this customer, the hotels wouldn't have this customer without your referral. That's where this money's coming from. Okay, they understand this is a proportion of savings and money that's out there that's allocated so that you can earn every time somebody does something like this. Okay, it's just amazing. Okay, so basically what a boomerang is, I didn't even explain that. What a boomerang is you have the ability to go in, you purchase boomerangs and you give them away for free, and they're very cheap. And I'll show you how many you get when you enroll. You give these boomerangs to people. They go in their own private booking engine right there, their own website. They go in for themselves. They look at all the things, where they're going, what they're doing, everything they need, from food to trips to driving, so on. And then what happens is as the system finds that savings, if it's just a customer, you make 50% on whatever they are saving. Okay, so that's what this is. The concept of the boomerang is you throw something out there and it comes back to you. Okay, so you're throwing out savings and then money is coming back in commissions, and basically the form of referrals coming back to you. Now, if you think about this, since this is the most powerful thing with the customer acquisition, customer centric focus, is you're going to see right here, and I got to put my glasses on again. I think I can actually get away without the glasses this time. Is with the customer acquisition model, let's say an average person takes one trip and their average savings is $600 a year. Okay, so total savings, if you had gathered 10 customers, would be a total savings of $6,000. Because you make 50% of that and you're the person referred these customers, that took these trips that saved this kind of money, you would actually receive a $3,000 bonus on that. Okay, or $3,000 for whatever, whenever that time frame would be, because those people spend money they were already going to spend. Okay, think about that for a second. You're not asking people to spend new money or make new buying habits. They are already going to spend this money. They might as well spend less of it and thank you for it. Okay, so that's the important thing. If you had 10 customers, that's $3,000 a month. Think about this. If you, let's say you had 100 customers that you maybe, got a little more aggressive and you went out and told more people, and you gave out these boomerangs, 600, and understand again, free to give away boomerangs, or boomerangs are free to customers. If they had a $60,000 savings over that 100 customers, your bonus right there would be $30,000 just for that. Get more aggressive. Let's say you built something that had 1,000 customers. Okay, understand that that would pay $300,000 for that right there. Okay, so that's what's really, really exciting. You see that right there. Okay, now team builder bonuses. Now here's the another bigger picture for you. Okay, understand that you not only have the ability to gather customers, but you can build a team. You can build an organization of basically TSAs that are out there. You're just leveraging yourself. J. Paul Getty, one of the most wealthy people on the planet of all time, said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. It's called leverage. All of the big, wealthiest people out there figure out ways to leverage themselves and create residual income. I'm going to show you that. Now, with the team builder model is basically, look at this. Let's say you eventually built a team of 50 TSAs. Understand those are not all TSAs that you got yourself. Okay, let's say you just got a handful, who then got a handful, who got a handful, got a handful. You get the idea. Okay, let's say out of that they average 10 customers. So we're looking at we want to have everybody start thinking about the model of 10 customers per TSA. 10 customers, 10 customers, 10 customers. And you think about that, extrapolate that out a little bit, it can really grow. So if you had 50 people on your team that had 500 customers, average savings per customer was still $600, customer volume 575. That right there would pay you out on just your team, because they're paying out 10% override on that, $58 average monthly income. So $58 a day, average monthly income $1726. The average annual income right there for this of a team of just 50 people with 10 customers each, $20,712. Okay, I'm sure you can think of a few things that you could do with $20,000. Now, let's extrapolate this. So let's build a bigger number right here. I'm going to quit using the word extrapolate. It's probably above my pay grade. 250 ambassadors that you built, 10 customer average, same numbers over here. Average annual income would come out to this. Again, this disclaimer, if you don't get anybody in, you're not going to make any money. You don't get any customers, you're not going to make any money. This is a business. You have to treat this and think of this like a business. Team of 250 would pay you over 100 grand a year. A team of 1,000, think about this. Okay, and this is not unrealistic. There are plenty of people in the internet networking industry that have built organizations into thousands of people, some of which have built into the tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of people, myself included. Okay, I've done this multiple times myself. So to see these numbers, I've built organizations that have had 1,000 people, that have had handfuls of customers, that never even came close to the percentage of the income that this model generates. That's real, real important for you to understand. Okay, so if a team of 1,000 people, annual or just averaging 10 customers each, it's almost a $500,000 a year. You could probably get some stuff done with that. Now, right now, in the middle of what we're doing is we've kind of got a pre-launch going on. In the fact you can get with your person referred you to this, get some answers on here. I'll leave this up for a second. But basically, there's different ways to enroll into the company. You have your $49 membership. Let me talk to you about that. That a $49 membership gets you involved in the company. You do get a customer site, and you do get 5 boomerangs to send, and you make money off of this referral commissions. I do want to stop for just a second and pause on something called on the I Decide. Here's what's intimidating for most people, and probably why a lot of people, or you included, are not making any big money if you've ever tried anything like this before in direct selling, is it's hard and sometimes lumpy and complicated to give presentations. You don't feel confident. You feel intimidated by it because you don't know what to say or how to answer the right questions. They have come out with a thing that I think is one of the big factors of reasons why I decided to go all in with this thing, is a thing called the I Decide interactive presentation. It is so powerful. You can probably look below this video somewhere or whatever. You can hit me up and I'll show you where the video is, or ask whoever to show you what the demonstration is on the I Decide interactive presentation. It's literally a presentation that you can go into your back office. You can type your friend's name and name in there with their email address and send them the thing, and they can watch an interactive, meaning that it is customized based on the interaction with the person doing it. It is so powerful. It is signing people up like crazy because it's the easiest way to give a presentation that takes you out of the equation for your success, or what your background is, or regardless, that sets you up for success. Okay. And then obviously you get a back office system that's very, very robust, and lots of things will be back there that you can use. Okay. Now, if you'd like to take this a little more serious, get a little more aggressive, and kind of go a little more all in and build something bigger, we have different levels. You can do the coach class, which gives you the hotels, flights, rental cars, and so on. It does give you 10 boomerangs, and you earn, you get that 50% travel bonuses on, so on. Dual teams 10%, and that's a $250 that you're going to build, you're going to basically use to enroll with. The business class gives you 25 boomerangs, $500, and then the first class is 1,000, and it gives you 50 boomerangs. So you have the ability to get 50 customers. Remember, I showed you how you get those customers. You can go out there, give those things away, and people join as customers. It doesn't cost them anything for free, but it's basically setting you up for some consistent income. Okay, so real important. So here's what I would do in closing. Okay, I'm going to just talk to you for just a second. If you give me just a couple more minutes, I will be done. Understand that timing is everything in a lot of cases. Regardless of when you see this, understand this is also a global opportunity right now. Holton Bug's name is extremely credible. He has very good credibility and influence. A lot of people, including myself, were impressed enough with his background. When a guy like that makes money and says, hey, I'm doing something, you may want to take a look at it, you typically do. Okay. I believe that you're looking at an opportunity to do something significant with your families, to create residual income, and again, getting paid again and again and again. And there's just many ways. As you keep digging deeper into this opportunity, you're going to find that it's probably something you want to be a part of, and you can easily get involved. Even worst case, just become a customer. If you don't like making a lot of money, making a lot of money isn't for everybody. It might not be for you. Just make sure that you get your questions answered from the person that sent you here to watch this video, regardless where it's at, and they will take care of all your questions and make sure you have a good experience here. So anyhow, thank you very much for taking time to watch this. Hopefully you got something out of it, and I will see you on the other videos. Thanks.